fellow traders, 'tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, August the 12th, the year's 2025. Let's talk trading, questions and answers. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And there's no question about it. You have to have your risk management in place on each and every trade and during each and every trading session, so you don't lose more than you are willing to lose. So I got a nice email from a trader, and they're saying they've been following me for a long time along the forums, and they said they've seen other people kind of use my ideas as if it were their own. And they were asking me, they're saying they want to build an EA, an expert advisor. They said that they would appreciate my guidance on the key indicators you consider essential, the parameters and settings that best align with my methodology, how to define entry, exit, take profit, and stop loss logic in the EA, and any filters or safeguards that I would recommend to make the automation as robust as possible. So I had a very simple answer. It was forget about writing an EA and practice trading. And I'm not trying to be flippant at all. Once again, people, when it comes to trading, they look for answers outside of themselves, indicators, methods, systems, etc. But they don't work on themselves. And on my videos, I talk about, your risk management, because see, once again, it's easy to exit a winning trade. Oh, you know what? Hey, there's money. I'll take it. But it's like when you have a loser, our egos get involved, our internal psychology gets involved, and we just don't like seeing red and exiting when we see red. So that's what you have to work on. Getting, so you basically you lose some of the emotions, you lose so you don't get frustrated. Because remember, pain doesn't come from the market, it comes from how you react to the market. And so they thanked me for my response, and they said they wanted to know one or two indicators that they should focus on. And once again, I had a very simple answer: horizontal lines. And the funny thing is that it's not difficult. It's simple. It's just that the non-easy part is stares at you in the mirror. It's you get in your own way as a trader. You can learn all the methods and have all the indicators and all the time frames, etc., etc., etc. But, do you take the trade or don't you? I mean, right now I can see there's a flip-flop box setting up to the downside. So, I just noticed something. I don't have something on this one chart. I was looking at how much time is left, but this is a chart that Walmart likes to use. And, he can see flip-flop boxes with his eyes. And so right now you can see the M30 is green. And to me, right now, I'd be looking for a short to happen. So, but I'd sit on my hands and I'd wait, because I'd be trading against M30. We've got a new M15. We've got the H4 candle is green. So you can see here, but there's that flip-flop box getting ready to set up. We just touched indicator 2 and bounced off it. And for those of you tuning in, indicator 2 as the EMA 5, but rather than as a squiggly, I have it as dots, and I have, if the price is below it, you get a magenta dot. If the price is above it, you get an aqua colored dot. And there we have a flip-flop to the downside, which is the trade I was looking for. Because you can see here, it's kind of putting in a little range right here. And so we haven't quite gotten back to this open, and that looks like a return bar to me. And there we go. And so it's like, boom, you could have had a quick 4 pip trade just like that. Now, did I know that was going to happen? No, but it's just one of these things, you know. Set up these horizontal lines based on the flip-flop candle here. There's the flip, there's the flop right there. And it's like downside. I had indicator 2. It dropped below that previous indicator 2, hit there. And it was like, you know what? Take the trade for, you know, a few pips, in and out, less than a minute. And it's just not that difficult. But you know, you have to practice. And that's why I told trade, you have to practice trading. Think of it as practice. I mean, and when I say practice, I don't mean like, oh, that's not what I'm talking about. You know, if you're brand new to trading and not used to the buttons, yes, you need to demo so you get used to the buttons and how your platform works. But after that, then you need to move into real money, even if it's only 10 cents or 9 cents a pip. You know, if you're trading the yen, I think it's 9 cents a pip. Trading the pound, it's 10 cents a pip, you know. And so you have to be able to get some skin in the game so you get those juices flowing, you get your heart pumping. You see if your hand shakes, if you're hesitant, you know, if you're afraid to lose, you know, $1. I mean, you got to get in the game. And see right here we had a gap up, and I'm thinking, you know what, that's probably going to come back and fill the gap. Now you remember how this candle shot down. What did price do after it shot down fast? It came back, bounced, and came back the other way. Something else to look for. But you only know that from screen time. And you know, if you trade the same pair over and over, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, you start to know it. And so, I mean, you can have a pretty sparse chart and make these trades. I mean, it's like, this is what like Walmart likes to use. And he put on my indicator here, that the higher high, lower close, lower low, higher close indicator. It just paints these stripes. Even though it was funny, there was one indicator, or there was one bar. It was this bar right here. You can barely see it because the high and the open were the same, but it's a really faint red. So when you get those, because I was thinking, is that going to paint? And it just put in that little teeny, like you can see another one right here, that stripe saying the, you know, look for a short. But does it always work? No, because here's one right here. It says look for a short, but price never got down there. See, it gapped up right here. Because there's the close and there's the gap. And those kind of gaps you sometimes don't see unless your eye is trained to look for them. And what happened? It ran up, had to fill that gap, and it did. So I'm not sure you know, if the trader, and I sent him these answers in an email, but I just thought I'd go ahead and make the video because sometimes reading it's one thing, hearing it's another, seeing it's another. Each person has their own best way to learn, their learning modality. Some people, they really have to hands on. Some people can see it and get it. Some people have to actually do it. Some people need to read it and contemplate it. But you can see here prices, starting to range again. So you take that short, you get out, it comes back. And right here, there was a flip-flop box. Another nice one right there. And that was good for a few pips. And so once again, you've got the flip-flop. Indicator 2 was showing short. So, and right now, if you stayed in the trade, it was good for 3-4 pips. There's a few traders out there that talk about these short-term trades, but for the most part, their market structure, order block people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I mean, there's a lot of validity in their methods. It's funny because I see it as turn trades and wick zones. They see it a different way. It's like come down here, here's the order block, blah blah blah, and I see it. Okay, well here you got a turn trade, and so price is turning up. It put in a low, price is turning up. Okay, it's just like here. There's a turn trade. Price is turning down. And they can happen all over. But when you get to an extreme, so right here, you had this big return bar. In fact, by the way, I don't know. I'm gonna have to. It's Walmal's birthday today, so and I was on the phone. So if you can, wish him a happy birthday. But I was on the phone with him, and he had to run an errand, so I was telling him, "Go, yeah, price ran up. There's a huge return bar. It's like there was a nice right here. Price almost has to return to that level off of that news, and then." Let's see. I wanted to show. Actually, that's not the news. This was the news, and that was came back down. I don't even remember. This was like the 645 candle. Same thing, but here we had that news, came back down, spiked back up. Nice turn trade there, and then looking for price. I'm looking for price to get back down to this level. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Maybe by the end of the week, I don't know. Maybe by the end of the month. But usually when you have these huge 1 minute spikes like this, price almost always returns to that open. Because the news I didn't think was that bad, but sometimes it's not the news, it's how the market reacts to the news. So, fellow traders, once again, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is just about over. So, trader, I hope I answered your questions, and I know it's probably not the answers you were looking for. But as Tony Robbins says, you want better answers, ask better questions. But really, forget about EAs. If you're not trading profitably, an EA is really not going to help you because you have to fix your problems so you can become a trader. And you have to remember it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So, traders, go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One over and